Hi Virgo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Virgo for this upcoming week in July. Today is Friday, July 10th, 2020. So this is a general reading, and that means that it can apply to just about anything in your life, Virgo, relationships or otherwise. Don't forget to be flexible with the energy. Don't be overly concerned about the gender of the cards. You can mix and match the roles within the reading. Parts of the reading may resonate, other parts may not. I hope that by the time you finish watching this, you feel like it was beneficial to you in some way, as that is my intention. Okay, Virgo, so we're going to get started here after a couple more shuffles. If you do want more specific information regarding my readings, my videos, and my channel, please check out the description box below. Carmilla's here. She's hanging out, co-starring. Sylvester the cat is also here. And he's making his way over right now, right on cue. He's probably going to want to sit in the window, so I have to open the window for him. So we'll do that, get that all figured out and settled. So there he is. Let him get settled in, and then we'll get started. Okay, Virgo? Okay, there he is. Say hi, Sylvester. All right, Virgo, we're going to get started. Let me give this first deck one more shuffle and a cut, and then we're going to see what's going on with you guys. Here we go. We're going to start off with the King of Wands in reverse, and then the Ace of Wands. Six of Swords in reverse, Two of Wands, Five of Wands, Judgment, Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Lots of wands on the table so far. So we have a King of Wands on the table. This could be your energy or somebody that you're dealing with, Virgo. This person feels like he's getting ready to start something new. Maybe introduce an idea or get something going. But he's not taking any action right now. I feel like he's got something on his mind, but he's kind of making some decisions right now. It does feel like it could involve more than just him. Feels like it could involve a group of people. I feel like he wants other people's opinions or input before he makes any moves, because he doesn't want to make a bad decision. So it could, this idea or this whatever it is he wants to launch or get going or move on, move toward. It feels like it's something brand new, but he doesn't want to make any decisions because it does involve other people, and I think he wants input. So things might be delayed right now because he's waiting for communication or some collaboration, conversation, before he makes any decisions or takes any action. Let's get some more cards out here, Virgo. We have the Eight of Cups. And then we have Judgment again in reverse. Two of Wands again. The Empress. Three of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Page of Cups. So this King of Wands feels like he's got something on his mind, something he wants to take action on, but he's not making any moves yet. And again, I think it involves other people. Whatever this decision is, or whatever moves he's about to make regarding this situation involves other people. And I feel like he wants input, or he wants to have some conversations before he makes a decision. However, I do feel like in the past, this could be, there could have been something similar, or something that he moved on in the past, or something, an idea maybe that he had in the past where he didn't take the initiative. Where he didn't kind of orchestrate the decisions or the moves or the planning. I feel like he was not acting as a leader would act. He was acting more as a participant rather than kind of guiding or orchestrating the moves or the decisions. And I feel like he realized that was a mistake, and that this time around, it could be something that he's revisiting. This could be something that he wants to get going again, that he's tried in the past and it didn't work out, or it could be something brand new. But whatever the case may be, I feel like this person, this King of Wands, in the past kind of let go of that leadership role where he was kind of guiding the planning, the decision-making, managing others, taking on that role of leader. I think he avoided that, and I think this time around he is reconsidering his role or his responsibility with regard to whatever this is. It feels like something new. It feels like something he wants to start or take advantage of, or it just feels like it's something new. It could be an idea. It could be a brand new business. It could be whatever. It could be anything. But instead of kind of acting more as a participant, I feel like he wants to take more of a leadership role. Now, this decision-making process involves an Empress energy. This feels like somebody separate to me, Virgo. So again, you could be this King of Wands in reverse, and male or female, it doesn't matter. It's just about the energy of the card. And then same thing, Empress, you can be male or female, embody this kind of energy. But the Empress could potentially be a more mature individual. Doesn't have to be, but this person was not born yesterday. This person has some wisdom under her belt. She's been around the block a few times. She has some experience behind her. I feel like this person could potentially be part of the decision-making process with the Two of Wands coming out here. This King of Wands could potentially be partnering with this individual, and she could be part of the planning process, or it could be that this King of Wands wants to involve this person and isn't willing to make any decisions or moves until this person is able to or willing to participate in some of this decision-making process. I feel like this is something that he is he's insisting on, or he's determined to have this person part of this decision-making process to get whatever this Ace of Wands is up and running. This this Empress energy could be a partner of this King of Wands, and in the sense of a spouse, could be a business partner, colleague, friend, co-worker, family member. It doesn't really matter the type of relationship that these two have. The significance of this person in this reading is that she is a significant piece to the decision-making process with regard to this Ace of Wands. Because I feel like this King of Wands, again, he might be taking on a leadership role, but I think that he's counting on this Empress energy to be an equal partner with him. So this could, again, these could be business partners, could be spouses. I don't think there's been communication yet. I don't believe there's been, if there has been communication, it's been sparse. I don't think anything has been decided upon. I don't think any actions have been taken yet. And it could be because there isn't a real clear understanding yet as to how fully invested each party or all parties are with regard to this Ace of Wands, whatever this is for this King of Wands. And, you know, the more I look into this, I know I only have 2 sets of cards out here, Virgo, but it feels like I'm reading for the King of Wands. So, again, you could be this King of Wands regardless of whether you're female or male, or you could be this Empress. So let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get for Virgo. 10 of Pentacles. There's the 8 of Wands again in reverse. Nine of Pentacles again, but this time in the upright position. 10 of Swords. Five of Swords. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. 8 of Cups again. And then we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. So this could involve a family or group dynamic. We have the 10 of Pentacles that came out. I feel like this, whatever this Ace of Wands is for this King of Wands, I feel like it's something that could potentially be lucrative, could involve some kind of financial investment. It could be a business. It could be something that will be profitable. But the 10 of Pentacles for me often indicates family or a group dynamic, or it could involve a group of people that he's very close to. Even if this is a workplace situation, if he is, let's say, a business owner and he's got several employees underneath him, it could be that all of the people involved are very close and connected. This Empress actually feels like an independent energy to me. With the 9 of Pentacles out here, this Empress could potentially be someone that is not connected to this King of Wands, but he wants to involve her in this partnership, decision-making process. Again, I get the feeling like there may have been some bad decisions made in the past with regard to whatever this Ace of Wands is. So it could be it could be too with the Eight of Cups coming out here a couple of times that this is something that he left behind in the past and is returning to. And again, it could be there could have been some missteps or some problems in the past or some things that just didn't go as planned. And I think part of that is because this Empress energy was not involved in the decision-making processes or was not partnered up with this King of Wands maybe the first time he tried this or the first time he tried to get this going. And I think he wants to involve her this time around. It feels like there could be a lot of people who are involved in participating in the discussion with regard to whatever this Ace of Wands is. So in other words, there's a lot of voices, like a lot of conversation, a lot of voices, a lot of opinions, a lot of discussion and debate with regard to whatever this is. And there's a lot of consideration of everybody's points of view and what everybody expects or what everybody's hoping for. So it definitely feels like a group endeavor, but I think that this King of Wands in the past, again, has been more of a participant, not a leader. And I think that he is switching up his role with regard to whatever this is. He's taking a different stance. And one of the other things that's changing about this is this person. This person is being brought into the mix after having been left out of the situation in the past. I feel like she's a single or separate energy, someone who's been not included or didn't participate in the past. I don't know if it was something where she was excluded. It doesn't necessarily feel like that to me. Could be. But I think that there's something that this Empress is bringing to the party that is allowing this King of Wands to feel a little more confident about moving forward with this opportunity, with this move. I don't know that this person and this King has had any conversations yet, however, with regard to this Ace of Wands. I feel like there's been a lack of communication. A significant lack of communication. And this King may not even know if this Empress is interested in taking part in this situation. It may be that he is considering involving her, but she doesn't even know yet. I don't know if there's been communication yet. And that could be, you know, we've got the Eight of Wands in reverse out here twice, which can indicate delays, lack of communication, lack of movement, obstacles in the way, things that are causing problems. But I also feel like this King could be uncertain about how this Empress may feel about participating in whatever this is, because I don't think there's been conversation. So I also don't think that there's been any confirmation if she's even willing to participate or be a part of this. It could be that because there's so many people involved in this situation that there's been some fighting and some contention, some disagreements regarding different expectations or hopes for different types of outcomes. And that could also be part of the reason why it feels like there's been a delay or an inability to get things moving. And I think part of it is this king's, it's either an inability or an unwillingness. It feels like more like it's an unwillingness, like he didn't want to step up and take on a leadership role, but I think that was necessary. And I think that because this has been tried in the past, that he might be realizing that was one of the mistakes that was made, is that there was really nobody taking on that position of, you know, having the final word, or considering all the options and all of the different opinions and then saying, okay, this is the best direction to go and this is going to fulfill our needs, after taking everybody's opinions and concerns and questions into consideration. There needs to be someone who kind of steps up and says, here's where we're going to go. Here's the decision that's been made after everything's been taken into consideration. So Virgo, let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get. Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Swords. Ace of Swords in reverse. Nine of Cups again in reverse. The Sun. Page of Swords. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. I gotta switch these around. I put these cards in the wrong spot. Okay, so I'm getting that the fact that there were some mistakes made in the past, and this king is realizing that some poor decisions were made in the past, that's actually benefited him, because he's become more clear about what needs to be done, what actions need to be taken. Again, I think there's been a lack of communication with regard to getting this Empress involved. And I don't know that it's clear as to whether or not this person wants to be involved or is considering participating in this, whatever it is. And again, it's because there hasn't been any communication. I'm trying to figure out why. This person feels very significant to whatever this is. So it could be that maybe there's some separation or distance between this Empress and this King of Wands. It could be that this Empress is involved in something else and can't participate in whatever's going on at this point in time. It could be any number of things, but because this Empress hasn't been involved in the past, and there's been lack of communication with regard to whatever this is for this King of Wands, it's unclear as to whether or not she is actually going to partner up and work with this king. This person feels very strong in her energy, so I can understand why this king would want this person involved. It feels like she might bring something very significant to the party. Something that was missing in the past. And I think that's why it's important for this next attempt to involve this person. At least that's what this king is feeling. He might even be considering leaving this behind, this Ace of Wands opportunity behind, if this Empress decides not to participate. It's almost like she's the key piece in order for this king to give the rest of the gang the green light and say, okay, we're moving on this now. There could be some hesitation and or doubt regarding communication with this Empress individual and whether or not it's even possible to include this person. And there could be some discussion, maybe even some heated arguments possibly regarding whether or not this is going to be a go without this person. I feel like a lot hinges on the communication between this King of Wands and this Empress on whether or not things will move forward. On whether or not this Ace of Wands and on whether or not this King can even hang on to this Ace of Wands, this idea, whatever this is. I don't have a clear picture, Virgo, about what this could be for you, this Ace of Wands. It feels like something brand new. It feels like something, it feels like more of a, you're at a starting point. It's not something that's established yet. It's not something that, I think that it's been tried before, it's been attempted before, or the idea has been tossed around before, but I don't think anything got going with regard to this Ace of Wands. It still feels like it's in the planning process, or that we're, you know, people are talking about it but not making any moves yet. But the fact that there, you know, Judgment's out here twice, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it feels like in the past some decisions were made with regard to whatever this is, and maybe some mistakes. It's possible that something started and then stopped because you realized you were going in the wrong direction, or you didn't have everything that you needed, or something fell through, you know, whatever the case may be. But it feels like there's been some time, maybe some money, maybe some resources, maybe energy and effort put into this in the past, and it just hasn't worked out. And I feel most importantly that it's because the right people aren't involved. And it's, you know, this Empress could actually represent more than one person. It could be that there's more than one person that needs to be involved in this in order to get it going. I don't know if that means that this Empress, for example, has a certain level of knowledge or resources or money, maybe financial support, whatever the case may be, she's important to this. And the other part that's important at this is this King of Wands. His willingness to take part in this as in more of a leadership position than he has in the past. Those two things are important in this reading. So we have the Devil in reverse, King of Pentacles, Six of Cups in reverse, Ten of Pentacles again, Wheel of Fortune again in reverse, the World, Two of Swords, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So I think that it's possible that there has been some disagreements in the past with regard to this Empress. And it could have to do with some of the other people involved in the situation, or person, or multiple people. It feels like, again, this could be a close-knit group of people, and it's possible that this Empress has had some disagreements, or there's some unresolved past issues with respect to a particular person or multiple people within this group dynamic. Possibly they have gone on unresolved. Again, I feel like this person is separate from the situation, and that's the main reason why there has not been much communication, if any at all, with this Empress person. And it's possible she may not want to participate in this situation because of some situation that's gone on in the past that's gone on unresolved for her. I think this conflict has been one of the main reasons why some mistakes were made, or some bad decisions. I get the sense that it's more, there's more than just a single person. It's not, in other words, this is not just one person causing problems for the whole group. I feel like that because this involves a group dynamic, there could be more than just like two people having a conflict, for example. But whatever this is, the fighting, the disagreements, the heated debate, whatever this looks like, has been a roadblock for moving things forward. This King too, and I think this King of Pentacles is probably the same person. I think that he might be the reason why this is why there's even potential for this thing to get going again, because it could have fallen apart in the past and then it was just a done deal. But I feel like he's bringing this back to life. He's kind of been the rock when it comes to keeping this thing alive, because I think the disappointments from the past have been pretty significant and could potentially have stopped many people in their tracks and said, well, this just isn't for me. Obviously this isn't going to work. The obstacles are insurmountable. We can't make this happen. But this King, for whatever reason, has brought this back to life. But he's also hell-bent on making sure that this Empress individual is involved this time around. Ouch. Do you see what she's doing? So, if you watch my channel in the past, you know that she bites my ear frequently. Well, she kind of stopped doing that, which, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. But she just grabbed a hold of my earlobe. You can see her. So I was pulling away, and although she was not biting very hard, she also wasn't letting go. So I was dragging her along with my head. Oh, that was funny. You're silly. You are a silly, silly bird. She is something else. I don't know. Animals, you know, they are funny. I think that the pets in my household have kept me sane for this past few months with this whole quarantine and pandemic stuff going on. I'm just getting tired of the world not being normal. And thank goodness for the pets, because they keep my spirits lifted and keep me feeling pretty happy. So, as crazy as they drive me, they do drive me crazy. They also lift my spirits. So I am thankful for the bird as much as she drives me nuts. Okay, Virgo. Let's get this Dreams of Gaia Tarot card and see if we can't get one last card to wrap up this reading. See if we can't get any more information for you. Details regarding the situation, advice, maybe some words of encouragement would be nice. Something along those lines. Let's see what we get. I'm not taking 3. I just want 1. Just 1 card for Virgo. So it's really hard to say, Virgo, excuse me. It's hard for me to tell why communication hasn't occurred between this King and this Empress. I think that's kind of going to be significant with moving things forward, and it's hard for me to tell why that hasn't happened yet. But that is the key to getting things going with this. So let's read this card. I love this. Okay, this happens so often in my readings, it just blows my mind. So we got the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands, which was the second card that came out in your reading after the King of Wands. A lot of times the first card and the last card are the same in my readings, and it happens, you know, too frequently for it to just be chance. You know, another reason why I love tarot so much is because of this kind of thing. But the ace cards in this deck are pretty similar to the traditional Rider-Waite tarot meanings. I will read this out of the book, however. It did come out in the upright position, which is really good news. And we'll see what it says, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay, about a half a page. Here we go, Virgo. Like all of the ace cards, the Ace of Fire represents the promise of new beginnings and opportunities, but unlike the other aces, this card also represents action. It represents the power for and the necessity of taking the initiative and actively pursuing our goals. It is about taking advantage of the opportunities we are presented with as opposed to thinking about it. It is good to have a goal, to dream, and to make plans, but the Ace of Fire lets us know that now is the time to move beyond research and planning. It is time to take the first real steps toward getting things underway. It is time to follow through on inspiration and create. It is time to weave your future into being. Time for you to begin your active participation. The Ace of Fire also symbolizes inventiveness. Take an old idea and make it better, or create something new and unique. Whatever you seek to do, you can now make it your own and imbue it with your unique perspective and imagination. Now, rather than following tradition, do something in a way that offers a new approach. You are surrounded by so much potential at this moment. The Ace of Fire represents passion and excitement. It is a time full of energy and life. Take advantage of this moment and the power it brings. There you go, Virgo. It couldn't be a more perfect ending to this reading. Because although I don't think it added much clarity, because we already knew that you had something that you were working on and considering relaunching or launching, or you know, something that you're trying to get up and running. It's gone beyond the stage now of it just being an idea. Now you have to get into that planning process and partnering up mostly with the people that are significant in this adventure, and that includes this person. And again, communication's key, because we don't know yet if this person even wants to be involved. And if this king is hell-bent on making sure that this person is involved, then there needs to be some communication so that things can move forward. and they can get off the ground. So Virgo, I'm gonna leave this here. I wish you all the best with the situation. It feels positive, it feels good. And while I can't necessarily tell what this person's decision will be, I think if things are resolved with regard to whatever's going on with some connections or a particular relationship or multiple relationships within this group dynamic, I think if you can, if this person can figure out a way to resolve things with the connections that are involved with this Ace of Wands, then this person feels like they would definitely be willing and excited about participating in whatever this is with you. So I wish you all the best, Virgo. Thank you so much for watching. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, that's always great too. Carmela says goodbye. Sylvester is sitting in the window, but you can't really see him because he's got his back to you. So the animals say goodbye, and I say goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Virgo.